So I have been a single mum for about 18 months now, so I feel like I'm pretty qualified to chat on the topic. Does it get easier? No. However, do you get hotter? Yes. And a win's a win, so you'll be fine.
Bro, she really just said single mom 18 months. Doesn't get easier, but I got hotter. Yeah, congrats. That's cool and all, but it doesn't change the fact that dating a single mom comes with built-in chaos and extra baggage. Hot? Sure. Low risk? Nah. Peak reality check right there.
I think we should break up. I don't think this is working.
Okay.
That's all you got? Okay.
Well, what did you expect? That we cuddle?
Bro, she just hit him with the classic, I think we should break up, and expects fireworks. Nah, fam, that's the most underwhelming L you can get. No explanation, no emotion, just poof. Men see this and be like, cool, guess I'm single again. Peace.
I'm going to be aggressive because nobody wants to hear this, because what you want me to say today is actually being a single mother is totally possible. It actually isn't. It was never meant to happen for the human race, number one. Number two, single biggest determiner of whether a mother is a good mother, what do you think it is? This is going to blow your mind when I tell you the answer. Whether they have a supportive partner. The major argument for good dads is actually, can the dad be there for the mom? Because it's like a direct chain is what we see. What you see is that if you've got a father figure, basically, who's supportive to the mother's energy goes towards the children. But the second that she doesn't have that supportive energy, she collapses, is what happens. And then the kids get starved. And we are not actually supposed to be living in a single-family household, so it's supposed to be a lot more support towards mom than just dad. But I'm going with standard societal structure. You are a victim of a society that was never meant to work this way.
Bro, she really said being a single mom was never meant to happen for the human race. Translation: it's hard, messy, and men aren't lining up to fix it for free. Supportive dad? Sure, that helps. But reality check. Most guys aren't out here trying to prop up someone else's whole life. Peak male frustration. Right there.
Mom of 7, and I'm 33.
Okay.
With being a mom of 7, do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay. So this is hold on. We're talking about 7 children, okay? This is no offense to you, because it's absolutely possible for you to find a quality man. What makes it a tad bit difficult is that you have to find a man who has the financial footing to take care of you and 7 children. And then you also have to be able to find a man who is going to be willing to come in and create structure in that household. 7 children on one person is a lot to create structure in. So are you going to have the ability to be able to love this man in a way that he needs to be loved, in a way that registers as love to him when you have to love 7 other individuals? You're going to need a man who can love those children as his own. Yep. That is a huge responsibility to put on a person who does not have those children. Those are not his kids. Right. But if I were you, no disrespect, I'll try to work it out with the father.
No, hear me out.
This comment right here, I really don't think that he's speaking for all men, because I know that there will be somebody that steps up one day to be some sort of father figure for my child. It's also very, I'm very surprised that you felt comfortable actually typing this out and commenting on someone's video. It's just the wildest thing. You don't know my circumstances with my child, or his father. Yeah, that's basically it. So hopefully he's not speaking for all men out there, but this was just really disappointing to see.
When she asked the question if a man would date a single mother, this is the response she has gotten from a lot of men. Of course she didn't like it, but almost everyone in that comment section was in agreement, because they see no benefit in dating a single mother.
I find it really stupid when I see men trying to make it a point that single mother standards are way too high. But wouldn't you think that a good mother or a good woman, period, would want the best for her children and want the best around her children? So you best believe that my standards are going to be through the roof. At this point, my standards are so high, I think I'm looking for Jesus Christ himself. Because, baby, I devote my life to being a mother and being a good woman so I can be a good mother. So yes, if you want to mess with me on that type of level, you need to prove to me why you are worthy of my time and why you are worthy to be in my child's presence on a consistent basis. Because I'd rather be alone forever than have my time wasted. So let me just make this clear. Don't take me being a single mother with a grain of salt. Just know that I work my ass off and I'm tired, okay? But I work my ass off as I should. So if you come into my life, you should be making things easier, not harder. And that goes for any relationship. But I'm quick to leave all types of situations.
Bro, she really out here like men are supposed to audition for sainthood just to exist around her kid. Standards through the roof? Looking for Jesus himself? Fam, that's peak unattainable energy. Translation for us dudes. Either bring a miracle or keep moving. Men aren't lining up to run an Olympic-level trial just to date someone's kid.
And that's the thing, like women are so willing to leave marriages because they're not happy. This is not about happiness. The most important thing is the children. And the problem is we have a modern society where it's me, my feelings, leave when I feel like it, instead of doing what's best for the kid.
Oh, here we go. It's all about the kids, not happiness. Bro, translation. I'm unhappy. I bounced. But somehow it's still your fault you didn't stop me. Peak male rage, moment men are out here building lives, and she's treating marriage like a rental she can just return when bored. Unreal.
Most of y'all saying y'all wouldn't date single mothers have never dated a single mother a day in your life. You just have this negative stigma on single mothers because you're applying a shit ton of stereotypes to her that society has indoctrinated you to do so.
Single mothers don't understand that the second they get single mothers, even if they are good mothers, no one ever complains about that. It doesn't mean your value is not lower. The second you become a mother, your value in the marketplace of dating is completely lowered. Men do not prefer to be with women that have kids.
Bruh. Facts. Single mothers can be amazing, but reality check. Dating market doesn't bend for kids. Men aren't lining up to adopt someone else's whole life. Your value in the game drops, no cap. That's just how it is.
Women have, when they're young, falls off a cliff in extraordinary rapidity. Now, here's the thing, though, is that when we're young and we have less sexual market value than women, supply and demand, hormones and receptivity, we can screw up for a while, and I'm sure everyone has, I know I have, but then you can recover, right? So, I went to theater school. I got a history degree because I'm all about the earning, right? But then I was like, wake up, dude. And I went and started a software company. So you can shake it off and you can turn things around. If a woman takes full advantage of that sexual magnetism of youth and, hoingo boingos around the community, then by the time she hits her late 30s, it's too late. And then you get like a half century of regret. And one of my biggest tweets was me just saying, women, your eggs die at 40, you live to 80. What are you going to do for 40 years?
Bro, he's just spitting cold facts here. Women peak in sexual market value young. Men can grind, recover, level up, but once a woman hits late 30s after burning all her options, reality hits hard. Peak male frustration energy. Men age like fine wine. Some women just expire.
Once you reach a certain age or you have kids, you can't sit there and demand the same quality of man anymore. What if I walked around and I was like, yo, I want a bad bitch. Bad bitches need to like me even though I'm a fat slob. Yeah, take me as I am. Just accept me for being a fat slob. 29, you have a child, you can't demand certain caliber of men anymore, unfortunately. So then you got two options. It's either I'm going to lower my standards and live in reality of what I can actually attract, I can write a check that I can actually cash, or you're going to stay single. What do you want?
29, got a kid, and expecting a bad bitch to worship a fat slob? Nah, fam. Reality don't work like that. Either lower your standards or stay single, simple as that. Men aren't handing out trophies for entitlement.
When I got divorced, it was difficult to imagine what my life would look like.
I don't look at my dating life as a failure. I also don't look at my 10-year marriage ending as a failure.
When my husband left, there was an immediate sense of relief. I want to take a moment and read this comment. All I heard was blah, blah, blah. I left my husband because my happiness was more important than my kids' well-being, and I'm a selfish person and a miserable wife. I'm 38, I'm single. That's by choice because I left my 10-year marriage because I experienced a lot of psychological abuse. First dates are just supposed to be a vibe check. Are you actually attracted to the other person? Is there some chemistry? Can you have fun together? I'm 38 and single, and I would never go on a walk or a hike date for a first date. I have done full background checks on men before first dates. I only date great men, and I only have positive experiences while dating. Positive experiences. I dated this guy and we were having like kind of the exclusivity talk, and I was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna delete my dating apps. And he's like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep mine. I did it again. I begged a mediocre man to love me when he obviously did not have the emotional capacity to do so. And what's so frustrating is that I have to learn this lesson over and over and over. I have